That's where we started to hear what was happening in America. And that's why we were excited when we came to America with the Beatles, because all our music had come from there.
No band transformed music and pop culture more than the Beatles. 54 years ago, 4 young musicians from Liverpool, England, stepped off a plane at JFK Airport and changed pop culture and music forever. The Beatles' first appearance on The Ed Sullivan Show was a touchstone in American history that created a hysteria and awakened the spirit of a generation. John, Paul, George, and Ringo's disarming charisma and lovable wit alone would have made them stars.
Well, that experience was great. As a musician, as an only child who suddenly had 3 brothers, 4 guys who really cared for each other, and we also made some great tracks.
Well, there were all those stories at the time. There's stories about almost everything.
Yeah, that's the thing.
About how you didn't get along. You had
no,
like one another.
We didn't get along. We were 4 guys. We had rows. It never got in the way of the music, no matter how bad the row was. Once the counting, we all gave our best. And that was a little later, too, which I think is a natural thing. You know, suddenly we've got lives, and I've got children, and, you know, the effort that we put in, because we worked really hard, was starting to pale a little, you know. And, you know, we always thank Paul to this day. Because of Paul, who was the workaholic of our band, we made a lot more records than John and I would have made, say, you know. We'd like to sit around a little more, and then Paul would call, "All right, lads," and we'd go in, yeah.
Well, you might be underestimating your own contribution. For one thing,
Yeah.
you've always had a good sense of humor. From where does that come?
That's where we live. It comes from where you live. Liverpool it's humorous because it came from, like, working class and lower working class, so you had to laugh because you had nothing else, really, you know.
Do you agree with the assessment that some have made that what the Beatles represented was the breaking through of the voice of the working class worldwide, not just in Great Britain?
Yeah, I think so. I think it was part of it, yeah. And also, you know, we were big in Liverpool and in the neighboring towns and that, and then we came to London and couldn't get a record deal, couldn't get anything. What, you come from the north, you talk like that. And, you know, many people said, "Oh, they'll go nowhere." But we proved them wrong. But, you know, Elvis had the same story. He was turned down a bit too. It's what it was, and George Martin took a chance, and that's how we started.